Okay, hi everybody. This video is going to be about how I have to see my narcissist for the first time since I moved out, and then I guess for the first time since I told her I didn't want to talk to her anymore, and I think that was December, um, and it is May. So, in an ideal world, I would be completely over this, but I just don't know because I haven't tested it out. So, um, I've pretty much been dreading this ever since we broke up, especially since, the plan was to graduate together because we knew we'd be finishing at the same time and then, get married in the fall because we'd both be done with school. So that's super fun to think about. Um, I was at a conference recently with a bunch of coaches, like athletic coaches, and the topic of visualization came up, like mental training, and I think it might be applicable here. I'm going to attempt it. I never did it in an athletic setting, and I wish I had, because I think it's a great skill. So anyway, I want to try to envision some scenarios that might come up at graduation and sort of think about what I want to happen so that if and when they come up, I will be able to handle them better, and hopefully I won't be overwhelmed if I start to head down that road. I'm also trying to figure out what it is that I'm worried about because all I know is I get this really panicky feeling at the thought of seeing her either walking across the stage, seeing her with whoever it is she's dating, seeing her walk towards me to say some god awful thing. I don't even know. So what is it that I'm really afraid of? I figure might help me get to the bottom of it, and then I'll be able to avoid it. So one worry I have is like, what if I can still kind of compartmentalize the awful parts of her, and then when I look at her, I still just see this person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. So that's a concern. Also, like, what if I'm still attracted to her? I'm sure that I will be. I mean, I was very physically attracted to her. I guess I'm hoping that that's not still the case. I had one other ex who also definitely had some sort of cluster B personality disorder, and I was, super into her too. But eventually, when I was kind of removed from her mind games, I was way less attracted to her, and I just could sort of see her as, completely ridiculous and a liar and a cheater and all these other things. So I'm hoping that I can look at this one and just be like, now I know what you are. So I'm not bothered by this anymore, hopefully. I don't want to see who she's with is another thing I'm worried about. I don't want to have the visual for the times when I do happen to think about her, or if I'm feeling lonely and then I get to know that, she's with this person and I know exactly who it is and now I can picture it. So that's one thing I just don't want to happen. And then I'm worried about regressing because I've made a ton of progress up until now, but I haven't seen her along the way at all. So what if it takes me backwards? And what if it triggers all these thoughts again of like, no one is ever going to love me the way she did? And hopefully that's true. Hopefully no one ever will, because that wasn't real love. But the reason it felt so good was because I wasn't actually being judged on physical appearance or any of the physical things that I was really self-conscious about, which is what made it feel great. But it was for the wrong reason. It was just because I was useful to her, and that's why I wasn't being judged. It wasn't a true I love you for your flaws or your uniquenesses or whatever. It was just, you're useful, so I'm going to make you feel good. So I have to try to keep that in mind. And then, I'm worried about spending my graduation day angry. It used to make me really mad just watching her, in situations where I knew she was trying to get a ton of attention, and it would work. And, everyone around her who was buying into it would just, do the worshipy thing that she loves, and it pisses me off. It's just disgusting. And, she'll be there with all these other people in her program who she's known for 2 years, and, her family is going to be there from another state, and, they'll all just be, I'm sure, showering her with presents and everything else because they also have a lot of money. So I don't want to spend the day also being angry that this person who I don't think deserves anything is just going to get everything she wants and just have such a good day because everybody's a supply for her that day. And then another thing I'm worried about, of course, is what is she going to say to me if she does decide to come up to me? I sort of feel like she will, just to see if she can still affect me, especially since the last time she saw me, I was a wreck because I hadn't figured anything out yet. Like, I thought that um, the reason she was acting crazy was maybe because of Lyme disease. I mentioned in another video, she had Lyme disease, and we thought we caught it in time, but we didn't. So the neurological symptoms of Lyme can sometimes look like a lot of these things that actually narcissists end up doing. So I was excusing a lot of that stuff, and I was just really sad, and I hadn't totally called her out on all this awful stuff. So I wonder if she'll come up to me and, I don't know, I can't even imagine what she would say, but just throw anything out there to sort of feel that power of, I can still get to her, because I know she loves that. So I have to make sure that I respond to nothing. Do the gray rock thing if I can. I know that's really hard for me, so that's something that I'm worried about. And I tried to put together some things to keep in mind. One of them is, like, I'm not that girl anymore. Not the one who was, crying on the floor while she was yelling at me and telling me we're not going to do this anymore. I really firmly believe that I'm completely different. I've done a ton of work and a ton of research, and I actually figured out the root of my problem and why I pick these people. So I'm completely different, and that's what I need to tell myself through the whole ceremony when I'm being anxious about where she is in the auditorium. That's not me anymore. I know that she discarded me because I know who she really is, and I could expose her, and it has nothing to do with me. So I'm not going to be that fragile person that I was. I'm not. The other thing to keep in mind is, like, there's nothing amazing about her. There really isn't. She just tries to make you think it. She tries to make you jump on her bandwagon about all these great things she's supposedly going to go do, and all these things she's supposedly really great at. But no, she's just trying to make everybody think it. She's not this one that got away at all. I got away. That's the best part. And then, whoever she's with right now, she's definitely already lied to them, probably cheated on them, or at least emotionally cheated or something. And, she's going to keep doing it, and this person probably already either knows or has a bad feeling about something at this point. So, feel sorry for that person, and thank goodness it's not me anymore. So that's what I've got. I could also use some advice, though. If anybody has better ideas, what did you do the first time you had to see your narcissist after the breakup? Were any thoughts helpful? What did you do? Did you prepare yourself? Was it a surprise? What happened? I would love to hear about it, and probably so would some other people. So let us know, please, in the comments. And thanks for watching.